Hello friends, welcome to Web Slideshows video tutorial series. From the past few video tutorials, we are trying to design interactive slideshows. In the previous video tutorial, we have accessed all the slides using document.getElementsByClassNameSlide, loaded them into a slides variable, and the slides variable is going to look something like this in the memory. And then we created one variable called as slide, assigned a value 0 to it. This variable we are going to use to decide which slide should be visible to the user next. And then we have added on click event on left button and right button. Whenever we click on the left button or the right button, the change slide function is going to be called. This function is going to be called. And this button clicked parameter or the button clicked variable is going to hold either btn left or btn right string based on the button click. So at present, when we click on the left button, it is displaying an alert box with the text btn left clicked. Okay. When I click on the right button, it is displaying btn right clicked. Okay. So that is what happening at present. The change slide function is getting called. The alert box is displaying the btn left clicked or btn right clicked based on the button click. But when we click on the left button or the right button, the slide should get changed. I told you in the previous video tutorials that whenever you want to change the slide, the first step is to make all the slides invisible and then decide which slide should be visible to the user next and make that slide visible to the user. So here we are going to hide all the slides. To hide all the slides, we need to take help of the for loop, because we need to loop through these slides and make all the slides invisible. So how do we do that? We take help of for loop. Here I am going to say for where I equal to 0, I is less than slides dot length I plus plus, opening flower bracket, closing flower bracket. Here I say slides I dot style dot display is equal to none. The for loop is having 4 parts. The first part is the initialization part. The second part is the condition part. The third part is the for loop block. And the fourth part is the increment or decrement. So the first part or the initialization part is going to be executed only once in the beginning. And then these parts are going to be executed repeatedly. The second part, third part and the fourth part. Or the for loop is going to be executed if and only if this condition evaluates to true. If this condition evaluates to false, then the for loop will be exited. The next statement are going to be executed. So first this statement will get executed and then this statement will get executed. If this statement evaluates to true, this block will be executed. After executing this block, this part of the code will be executed, I plus plus, and then again this condition will be checked. If this condition evaluates to true, this block will be executed and then this part will be executed. Then again the condition will be checked. At any time this condition evaluates to false, the for loop will not be executed. The control moves to the next statement. Remember that. So first I value will be 0. Then this condition will be checked. Whether 0 is less than slides.length. What is slides.length? It is 5. So 0 is less than 5 is true. So this part of the code will be executed. Slides of 0, I value is 0. So slides of 0 will be invisible. So image0.jpg will be made invisible. Then I plus plus, I value becomes 1. Then this condition will be checked. Whether 1 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. So this part of the code will be executed. Slides of 1 will be made invisible. Then I plus plus, I becomes 2. Then this condition will be checked. Whether 2 is less than 5. Yes, it is true. So this code will be executed. Slides of 2 will be made invisible. I plus plus, I becomes 3. Whether 3 is less than 5, the condition will be checked. Yes, it is true. So this block will be executed. Slides of 3 will be invisible. Then I plus plus makes the I value 4. Whether 4 is less than 5, the condition is true. So slides of 4 will be made invisible. I plus plus, I becomes 5. 5 is less than 5 is false. So the control comes here. it displays whatever the button we have clicked, right? So this for loop is going to make all the slides 0 to 4, image 0.jpg, image 1.jpg, image 2.jpg, image 3.jpg, image 4.jpg, all of those slides it makes invisible. Let's see that. I say file, save, go to browser and refresh. When I click on the left button, you can see that it is showing BTN left clicked, okay, and all slides are invisible. If I say refresh, again we see the image 0.jpg visible. If I click on the right button, you can see that it is showing BTN right clicked, okay, and all slides are invisible. So the responsibility of this for loop is to make all the slides invisible, and when we refresh, we are going to get the image 0.jpg visible, right? Because the whole page is re-executed. Hope you guys have clearly understood how do we make all the slides invisible. In the next video tutorial, we are going to decide which slide should be visible next to the user, and we make that slide visible based on the left button click or the right button click. For this video tutorial, I think this much is enough, friends. I suggest you people to code up to here. For more benefits and be up to date, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.